Recorded Books presents an unabridged recording of Winter Prey by John Sandford, narrated by Richard Ferrone. This work is copyrighted 1993 by John Sandford. This recording is copyrighted 1995 by Recorded Books. Lucas Davenport has tracked killers in cities all across America, but the woods of northern Wisconsin are as dark and primal as evil itself. The winters are harsher and colder, and in the heart of every mother and father there is fear, for within the trackless depths of the forest a madman lurks. And now, Winter Prey.
Chapter 1. The wind whistled down the frozen run of Shasta Creek, between the blacker-than-black walls of pine. The thin, naked swamp alders and slight new birches bent before it. Needlepoint ice crystals rode it like sandpaper grit, carving arabesque whorls in the drifting snow. The Iceman followed the creek down to the lake, navigating as much by feel and by time as by sight. At 6 minutes on the luminous dial of his dive watch, he began to look for the dead pine. 20 seconds later, its weather-bleached trunk appeared in the snowmobile headlights, hung there for a moment, then slipped away like a hitchhiking ghost. Now, 600 yards, compass bearing 37. Time. He almost hit the lake's west bank as it came down from the house, white on white, rising in front of him. He swerved, slowed, followed it. The artificial blue of a yard light burrowed through the falling snow, and he eased the sled up onto the bank and cut the engine. The Iceman pushed his faceplate up, sat, and listened. He heard nothing but the pat of the snow off his suit and helmet, the ticking of the cooling engine, his own breathing, and the wind. He was wearing a full-face woolen ski mask with holes for his eyes and mouth. The snow caught on the soft wool, and after a moment, meltwater began trickling from the eye holes down his face beside his nose. He was dressed for the weather and the ride. The snowmobile suit was windproof and insulated, the legs fitting into his heavyweight pack boots, the wrists overlapped by expedition ski mitts. A heavyweight polypropylene turtleneck overlapped the face mask, and the collar of the suit snapped directly to the black helmet. He was virtually encapsulated in nylon and wool, and still the cold pried at the cracks and thinner spots, took away his breath. A set of bare-paw snowshoes was strapped behind the seat on the sled's carry rack, along with a corn knife wrapped in newspaper. He swiveled to a side-saddle position, keeping his weight on the machine, fumbled a miniature milled aluminum flashlight out of his parka pocket, and pointed it at the carry rack. His mittens were too thick to work with, and he pulled them off, letting them dangle from his cuff clips. The wind was an ice pick, hacking at his exposed fingers as he pulled the snowshoes free. He dropped them onto the snow, stepped into the quick-release bindings, snapped the bindings, and thrust his hands back into the mittens. They'd been exposed for less than a minute and already felt stiff. With his mittens on, he stood up, testing the snow. The latest fall was soft, but the bitter cold had solidified the layers beneath it. He sank no more than 2 or 3 inches. Good. The chimes sounded in his mind again. Time. He paused, calmed himself. The whole intricate clockwork of his existence was in danger. He'd killed once already, but that had been almost accidental. He'd had to improvise a suicide scene around the corpse. And it had almost worked. Had worked well enough to eliminate any chance that they might catch him. That experience changed him, gave him a taste of blood, a taste of real power. The Iceman tipped his head back like a dog testing for scent. The house was 100 feet farther along the lake shore. He couldn't see it. Except for the distant glow of the yard light, he was in a bowl of darkness. He pulled the corn knife free of the carry rack and started up the slope. The corn knife was a simple instrument, but perfect for an ambush on a snowy night, if the chance should present itself. In a storm, and especially at night, Claudia LaCourte's house seemed to slide out to the edge of the world. As the snow grew heavier, the lights across the frozen lake slowly...
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.